Today we're at Grant's Tube, and usually, you know, when you think bike TV, you think bicycle, and bicycle meaning two wheels. But today, well, we're taking one away from two, making that one unicycles. We're up here at the New York Unicycle Club. We're going to talk to a lot of their members, see how the club got started, what kind of fun stuff you can do on a unicycle, the types of unicycles there are out there, and the general enjoyment of it. So let's go.
My name is David Stone, and I started the club 3 years ago because there just wasn't a club in the city, and my friend Joe and I realized that the only way we were going to have fun in a big group and learn some new tricks would be to start our own club. We used the internet as a good way to get started and found a few people already listed on the internet as being an area unicyclist, and we contacted them directly. And then we also just made a sort of elementary website that just said New York Unicycle Club and where we met, and a few people found us that way.
We're starting to get a lot of publicity, as you see, and we're just having fun and having a good time. We have kids that learn how to ride, we have adults that learn how to ride, we have people that have been riding for several years like myself, and some people that are really good that have only been riding for a short time.
I work in Soho, and I was commuting from Jersey City for about a year, and that was about a 4 to 5 mile round trip, so I'd ride about 6 blocks to the train, run onto the train with the unicycle, and of course it didn't apply. The rules for bicycles didn't apply because it wasn't a bicycle, so I could take it on, hold it very close to my body so people go, what is that? Gee, that looks like a mountain bike without another wheel. And then I'd ride about 2 miles to get down to work and back. But the best part was the cobblestone streets that they still have in some parts of the city. That's excellent. It's a lot of good practice.
I had some leftover bar mitzvah money, my last $100, and I spent 90 of it on a unicycle. And I learned over about 3 days, 3 hours a day, just obsessively trying until I got the hang of it.
And what would you say to anybody else out there that thinks that it might be too hard to do?
My balance is not innately great. I have good balance now, but I didn't as a kid. I just was sort of a typical athlete and enjoyed riding my bike and pogo sticking and stuff like that, and I liked balancing stuff. And so you just have to keep trying. I mean, if you see all the kids around here today, there are some 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds who are riding. If they can do it, pretty much anybody can.
But it's easier for children to learn how to ride because kids don't, you know, kids are kind of take the things with reckless abandon, where adults kind of think about the consequences of falling. Kids don't really care about falling. They know they'll fall and they'll bounce right back up. Whereas adults, it takes them a little longer to learn how to ride. Some older adults have been trying to learn for months.
I pretty much spent 2 years holding on to the gating and not doing very well. And 2 weeks ago, some of the members said, "Okay, you've just got to get off the gate," and they walk with me now. And actually, when they walk with me, I can go, you know, a couple of feet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very proud of my kids. My older son, took him about 5 months to learn. The little one, 6 or 7 months.
We practice about an hour a day during lunchtime. I always try to keep it fresh and put new tricks to it, like a hula hoop or jumping rope, or trying to do a unicycle without a seat, which is called an ultimate wheel. Or put some juggling into it, but I try to make it fun.
This is a super trick cycle, which is basically 2 unicycles put together. It's new. We just got it a couple months ago, and I got it for the club, but for myself as well. Then over there we have it's called an ultimate wheel. It's a wheel with 2 pedals and nothing else. There's a double wheeler that I have, which is 1 wheel on top of another one. And in that case, you have to pedal backwards to go forwards. It's completely counterintuitive, and I've been riding for 24 years. It took me 4 hours to learn how to ride that thing.
When I go riding just to ride for exercise, I'll ride ride for a good couple of hours. So that's a good 8 or 10 miles away.
I rode 102 miles over 12 hours one day, and that was a killer. And other than that, I rode 60 miles another time on one of those Bike New York transportation alternative kinds of rides?
Well, we do a Unathon, which is 18.5 miles, Long Beach Island, once a year. It's a fun ride. Also, ride in the woods, which is nice. Yeah, it's a lot of bumps. It's mountain unicycling.
You can get a really inexpensive unicycle for about $70 to $90, but they can get really expensive when you start getting custom parts and things. And they can run several $100s for a unicycle.
It's very convenient. If you want to do an errand, you can take it into a store. You don't have to worry about chaining it up, and people don't usually complain about it in the store. And it's great for a short jaunt, because you don't have to lock it up, and because you can take it with you. You can ride, a mile or half a mile easily to get a few groceries or to go to the bookstore.
A lot of people make strange comments, but definitely it's the most interesting thing to have around you, because people you'd never expect have something to say. Little old ladies, people from all different nationalities will talk to me that would, for other reasons, would never talk to me. So it is funny. You get some strange comments, but most of them, like 95% of them, are positive.
Some years ago, I was training for a long distance ride, riding my large wheel, and it looked a little precarious. I'm up there going fast, and a woman is with probably her boyfriend, rather buxom. She just flashed me completely, no bra. And I nearly fell. I'm sure she was trying to make me fall, but I kept my composure.
When I was in college, I was in marching band, and I used to ride my unicycle and play the saxophone at the same time at our rallies. And I was a big sort of draw for our marching band. People used to come to the rallies just to see me ride my unicycle and play the saxophone at the same time.
So we now have about 200 people listed. And whenever we meet, like today, I'll email everybody and have sort of a minutes of what we did that day, and who came and what they tried. And this is David Stone from the New York Unicycle Club, NewYorkUnicycle.com.